Welcome, brothers and sisters. Sobriety. My anniversary date is coming up. Today's like January 27th or 7th, 8th. I don't know. But my sobriety date, which I sobered up my last day drinking, was February 20th, 1994. Almost, coming up 29 years. I went to Round Lake because I was forced to. He said if I didn't go, they were going to take my kids away from me as a single dad. Still. That scared me because I knew my family, extended family, and it wasn't a place that I wanted to be raised. So it was definitely a place where I didn't want my children to be raised. Anyway, I went to Round Lake, and and they said I was bigger than life. I came in thinking I was gonna own the world. It was all bluster. When I was drinking with my bros, I joked about it. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. It was just an excuse so I could drink. Yeah, I'm an alcoholic. But when I went to Round Lake and I listened to the other stories of all the other clients, there was 23 of us at the time. And hearing their stories and their struggles of while drinking and their recovery stories, I learned that I didn't need it. Alcohol was just something, I don't know what it was. I asked myself, why do I drink so much? Why do I drink so bad? Like, how do I get out of control? I used to drink for 7 days, 10 days at a time, even though I was his dad. I used to just disappear and just drink that long. And if I didn't have my kids, I would drink for a solid month, whatever, right? Danger. So I asked myself, why do I drink so bad? Why is it so out of control? I said, is it my abuse that I grew up with? I'm like, no. Everybody had that. Was it because I was abused by my family? I had to say no because I didn't want to give them any credit for my behavior today. They're not going to make me do anything, even now. And is it fun? For a while, yeah. For the first half an hour, first 2 hours, it was fun. Get to joke around, be with my bros, be with my buddies. But after a while, it was a struggle. It was hurt. Fighting, dysfunction, bad things. So, listening to the other stories, it was the same. Like, things happened, but we couldn't put any blame on anybody else or anything. When I tried to recover, I had to see a counselor, and 6 times or 8 times, I can't remember. But the white ones, they didn't know nothing. And the native ones in my area, they were kind of sober, but they didn't learn anything. They didn't have any tools. But they got me in the door. So I went to Round Lake and I listened to my counselor. But I learned more from the clients than I did the counselors. But the activities we did were meaningful. The sweat lodge, the smudging, the crafts, the talking, the housekeeping, the getting on a schedule, waking up at 8 o'clock and doing a chore, having breakfast, going to circle, eating lunch, cleaning up. Things that everyday life seems to fall to the wayside when you're in your addictions or whatever. And these were useful for me because being a single dad, I needed to have that structure, that whatever it was, normalcy. But graduation day, Round Lake was like 14 hour drive, whatever, from my place, and I didn't expect any family to show up, and I didn't know you're supposed to invite people. If it did, maybe someone would show up. But at that time, I was the only person in my entire family that even considered quitting drinking. So I really didn't expect anything from my family. And the marble ceremony, they call it a marble ceremony because they present you with a marble. You make your own medicine bag. Here's mine. And they present you with a marble and you put it in there. And they said this represents your sobriety. Because if you start drinking again, you have to throw this away. Because if you start drinking again, it means you've lost your marbles. And 1994 to 2023, I still have mine. It's meaningful because it's a part of my life. The black part on the edge, that was from my wife's purse. I didn't destroy it. It was an old one. And she left it. So I cut a chunk of it. The front and back are from my daughter's first pair of moccasins. Someone gifted to her when she was a baby. They fell apart, but I kept a little chunk because she's always been special to me. And this strap, the next lace part, was a gift from a fellow client. She said, "Here, you need a strap to hold it." And it's been strong and steadfast ever since. Still supple. I don't know what kind of hide it is or how it was treated, but it's really strong and very awesome. The front part was from the center. An elder gave me a chunk. And inside is a buffalo fur, which came from another client. He said it represents strength and courage moving forward through the storm. And I got a piece of malbus from my community and some other rocks from my journey. And the original marble is still in there. I can still feel it. And I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. And graduation day, I'm like, I need a sign. I want a sign. So I think the ceremony was at 10 o'clock or 10. Yeah, 10 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, I'm looking outside, looking for an eagle. Nothing. 9:15, I'm looking outside for an eagle. Nothing. 9:20, nothing. 9:30, nothing. 9:45, nothing. 9:50, I'm outside again, nothing. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go inside. I'm giving up on seeing an eagle, even though part of me hopes to see one as a blessing or a sign of good fortune or favor or whatever it is. So I go inside. I'm waiting, and somebody at the door says, "Eagles." I'm like, what? Plural. He said it again. Eagles are here. I ran outside and I look up in the sky and there's 7 eagles circling right over at the center, right over at the gym where we're having our ceremony. I'm like, holy cow, this is awesome. And I took it as a sign, good sign, good sign, because I asked for a sign that I could be successful in my sobriety. And my patience was tested, which was one of my challenges to work on. And at the last minute, right before our ceremony, this sign was shown to me, and said, if you ask for something, it's gonna come, it's gonna happen, in creative time, not yours. So we did our ceremony, we did our little speeches. Everybody that had family had that support from their family and words of encouragement from their family and elders and cousins and sisters and brothers and moms and dads and wives, whatever. And I didn't think about my family like they let me down or whatever, but I kind of would have been nice if somebody had been there. But there was an elder there from my community. He was there for somebody else, and he knew who I was. And while I was sitting at the on our stations, our chairs, waiting for our turn to be called, he came up and gave me this nice coffee mug. Round Lake Treatment Center. Culture is treatment. He said, I want you to have this cup because if you ever feel like drinking again, I want you to use this cup. But use it for coffee or tea or whatever first before you pick up a drink. And it really meant a lot. I mean, I wouldn't drink coffee out of a plastic mug, but it's a really great thought. And it's a really great mug. And I've never really thought about drinking ever since. And my mug is still brand new. I don't know if you've even taken the lid off. Shiny, shiny new. Has not been used ever. And my daughter gave me this sticker that kind of represents her. Because when I came home, I was different and I was more dad-like. And I brought a movie with us from The Labyrinth. And we still watch it today. I bought it on VHS because that's all they had in those days. Yeah. Then I bought it on DVD. Then I bought it on Blu-ray. Now I can watch it on Blu-ray or on streaming. But my son and my daughter have been a big part of my sobriety. And the meaning of the help. I mean, we help each other. Helping somebody else helps us. And because somebody else helped me, I hope it really helped them because I really wanted the best for my brothers and sisters of my group. And when I came home, I wanted to bring some of that with me. And I've had cakes, which I never had a cake until my 20th anniversary of sobriety. Because I thought, yeah, whatever, I don't care about that. I don't need to celebrate. But somebody told me that it's not for us. We celebrate to show the other people behind us that it's possible, that success is possible. And I've achieved success in my sobriety, in my work, in my path, in my family, in my healing. So I took a cake in one of the places where I worked, in the group that I worked with, 3 Voices of Healing. One of the white people, she's like, 20 years? Is that consecutive? Like, what a kind of a negative question. So I said, no, I came up a couple of months old, so I borrowed off my brothers. They laughed because they knew we were just kidding. You ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer, right? Anyway, yeah, that was my first cake. We had a celebration, and we lived in the Cranbrook area, so I introduced myself as Mike. My name is Mike, and I'm an alcoholic because elk traveled through our area, and they loved elk. So, and I've worked in a bunch of communities where I've had success and helped people achieve sobriety and healing and find their way, find their path. I got a nephew working in camp. I got another nephew downtown. Been sober for 2 years. I got a brother in Chilliwack. Been sober for 10 years. He's like on council now and he's doing really great. He gives me a little credit for his sobriety because I was persevered. He used a different word, but yeah, I persevered. I never gave up. And I don't. When I came home, I started a group There was a group here, but I made it more meaningful. I made it a home group. I named it as part of our area, and I trained people to run it because it should belong to the community and the members, the people, not not an organization like the ideology of AA stipulates, and it's important. It's not just there because the band office owns it or the health office provides it. It's there because the community members own it. It belongs to them. They use it to help themselves and they use it to help other people. They look to the support in the group when they struggle. And everybody has those struggles. I see white knuckling days where somebody comes in and says, I felt like drinking all day, but I came here and I'm okay. And that's what it's all about. Safe place to voice your struggle and find your own good path. We all go through our struggles, but we need to find our good path at the end when we need to recognize that, yeah, here we are. I'm sober. I don't drink. I practice my culture. And here I am in my home, doing my best. So, all you guys out there, keep up the good work and make it mean something. Don't just keep your sobriety to yourself. I know people out there that say, I've been sober for 26 years. Like, how many people have you helped? How many nephews have you talked to? In my family, since I quit drinking, I've had my sister quit drinking, my niece quit drinking, my nephew quit drinking, my other nephew quit drinking, my daughter quit drinking. I think there was like 7 different people that quit drinking, maybe 8. And it wasn't because I came home and told them drinking's no good. But I walked my walk. My sister followed my example. She went to treatment because I did. She talked to her family because I did. She went to school to be a better helper because she saw how useful it was, how meaningful it was. And when I left here, that was my intention, to go out and learn something so I can come home and bring the healing and the knowledge I have back to my community. And I love what I do. I love my people, my family, my community. There's still struggles, days where we have to fight the system and our managers and whatever, the government. But I've never given up my walk. I've never turned bad. I've never turned that negative energy towards that other person. If someone says anything bad, my grandson is like, why does that bad spirit exist? What do you mean? The alcohol. I said, because there's always a balance between good and evil. Which one, everyone you feed is the one that wins. I'm going to walk on that good path no matter what. No matter what the world throws at me, here I am. This is what I do. This is who I am. I can say I've never really hurt anybody. Hurt. And I only raised my hand to my son once, and I felt bad then. I still feel bad today for that one time. And I quit drinking so I could make the world a better place for my children, that they wouldn't grow up with that abuse. They got whipped and beat and tortured and raped as a child, as a normal, everyday thing. And that's not who we are as a people. That's not normal. And I did make the world a better place for my kids, that they never grew up with neglect or abandonment. They always had everything they needed. They had a dad that was there constantly, consistently, whenever they needed, through the good and through the bad. Even through the days where they were mad and hated me. But that turned into more. Like, I wanted to make the world a better place for any child and all people. So I work in 5 different treatment centers. I've worked in 30 different communities, and I've done the same thing. And anybody out there that thinks that I help them, pass it on. That's what I'm doing. Harm relation.